Yeah, thank you, Leader. Thank you very much, Heather. I have a couple of just questions on it. We're talking about disability, and I'm always wary of using labels. Does this refer to physical disability, or is it a more generic definition of just disability? And then I've got a follow-on, but I just want to put it into context before I ask the actual main question.
Sure. I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, I think there are disabilities which are actually invisible, aren't there? There's all kinds of things around mental health or autism or any other issues. So as far as I'm concerned, I would be pushing for it to be as wide a range of disability issues as we can actually cover.
Okay, then my second question, or the point I really wanted to drive home, because yeah, I'm very concerned with vulnerable people. I in my course of my full-time job, I work a lot with vulnerable people, but there's a very startling figure in there, which is that the employment rate amongst the non-disabled population, I'm going to call them, is the employment rate is 81%, whereas the employment rate amongst what we have described as the disabled population is 46%. And that is a huge gap. I mean, you know, the pandemic has made us look at all kinds of everything and how we live our daily lives. But we forget, and I remember talking with Councillor Kennedy about, of all things, car parking in Shepton and disabled parking, and making sure that blue badge holders weren't penalised by having the same wait times and pay times as non-blue badge holders. And people always seem to, when you say blue badge holder, the immediate thought for most people in a rather ageist way is they think of generally a little old lady in a cardigan rather than somebody of working age in a wheelchair. And so I really want to make sure that we understand what we define as disabled and that we engage fully with the disabled community in all its forms, and that we empower these people. I really welcome the paper, and that's why I'll be very happy to second it, as I will be. But I think we must absolutely clarify what we mean when we say disabled. And then another question, which it isn't in the paper, but I would be interested to know, and it can be a written answer, is what percentage of our own staff in this building would fall under whatever definition of disabled we have adopted, or this paper makes us adopt. I think that's very, very important, because if we're going to build a more vibrant community and a better Mendip and a safer Mendip and a fairer Mendip, then something like this must be at its heart. But excellent that we are going forward, but I think we just need to just have the assurance of what we're calling disabled and what it means, because it's not a bad term, of course it's not. It's a challenge to us all. And that's all I'd like to say. Thank you.